There's a proverb that says, "Ibi tó nílé bá fẹnu ọ̀nà sí, ibẹ̀ làlejò ń tọ̀," which means that it is when you get to another person's place, they are the one that determine how you move in that environment. You don't say that this is how I used to move in my own house.
They will move you out.
So you don't bring the energy that you have outside into my space. I will send you out.
This week on ÀGBÓYÉ, we're honored to host SEWEDO WUSA, a talented filmmaker, director, actor, and documentary storyteller. With a passion for capturing compelling stories and bringing meaningful narratives to life, SEWEDO has carved a unique path in the creative industry through his work in film and documentary production. Join us as we explore his journey, experiences, creative process, and the stories that continue to inspire his work.
ÀGBÓYÉ, as you're about to watch this episode of ÀGBÓYÉ, please do one thing for us very quickly. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification button so you'll be notified every time we drop new episodes. Vikoye tí ló kọ mi, ó ṣoríire. Meaningful conversations are embedded in proverbs. If only we can take time to unpack them. Welcome to ÀGBÓYÉ. My name is Vikoye. On the show today, I have a guest. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni SEWEDO WUSA. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ÀGBÓYÉ.
Ẹ ṣé olóòtú.
All right. On ÀGBÓYÉ, we have two segments. And the first segment is the arena of wisdom. Gbàgede ọgbọ́n.
Okay.
So where we will be bringing different Yoruba proverbs. We'll talk about it, bring out life lessons and wisdom from it. And the second segment of ÀGBÓYÉ, and that is the conversations. That is when we will have conversations, we'll ask you different questions, different conversations that we'll learn from, and our audience will learn from it. If you have yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please do so. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button so you can see us from now on. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni SEWEDO WUSA, òwe àkọ́kọ́ tí a máa kọ́kọ́ gbé yẹ̀wò lórí ètò ṣé ti ṣetán fún mi. The first proverb we'll be looking at is ìdúró gbàkòkò ni ìdúró gbadẹ. Ìdúró gbàkòkò ni ìdúró gbadẹ. The English translation, like the literal meaning of ìdúró gbàkòkò ni ìdúró gbadẹ, means standing firm to retrieve clay pot is standing firm to retrieve necklace. Now, this particular proverb, according to the way
is it proverb? Yes,
it's a proverb. This particular proverb has a backstory.
Oh.
So there are two friends. One has a clay pot, more like a make clay pot.
Okay.
So then he now gave it to his friend, So that one planted coconut tree inside that particular clay. Over time, the coconut tree grew, start bringing forth fruits, but the pot has not broken. Now it got to a point that people around the neighborhood started. This particular coconut tree, they are just breaking. Now the friend who owns the clay pot, they now came and said, I want to retrieve back my clay pot. So there's no way this guy will give the clay pot to his friend without cutting the tree, the coconut tree. He now told him that this thing is bringing forth fruit and people are enjoying it. But if I am to give you this pot, I will have to cut off the coconut tree that people are enjoying. Now the guy said, no, I need my clay pot back. So they have to cut the coconut tree and they gave him his pot, even though it's not useful to him again.
Yeah.
So years ago, before this particular incident, that one that owns the clay pot, let's just call him Mr. Clay, his child, he faint often. So there is a particular belief they had then that there's a kind of necklace that was given to this, they made some things to so he was given necklace to keep him alive, according to their belief. So now, the child, that particular child has grown up now. The chain is now inside the flesh. So having collected the clay pot, people now told him that, your friend, that Mr. Clay that collected his clay pot, your chain is with him, is with his child. So go and retrieve your own chain back also. Anyone who can stand firm to collect his clay pot back should be ready for you to come and retrieve your chain. So that is the back end story.
Oh.
I hope you understand it now. Okay. So I want you to speak on this particular proverb. Ìdúró gbàkòkò ni ìdúró gbadẹ. Standing firm to retrieve clay pot is standing firm to retrieve necklace.
Okay, so I think the bottom line of that proverb is that selfishness is blindfolding. In the sense that once you start thinking about yourself alone and you don't think about others, you make decisions that is connected to the other person that you most likely will regret. In the sense that we are social beings,
Yes.
right? And my decision most likely might have affected you or might have helped you in some point.
Yes.
But once I decide I'm going to retrieve back my decision, or I'm going to retrieve back anything that I've done based on my own selfish interest, then I should be ready to face you when you also want to take your own, when you also want to make your own self-interest, which also means that the baby in the picture is going to be lost if the other person stands firm.
Yes.
That okay, I'm also going to get mine. So in the old sense, selfishness is really, really blindfolding, and whoever seeks selfish interest is also killing him or herself in a way. Yeah. Looking at it in the grand scheme of things, it looks like certain things that happen, that you have been a beneficiary of a certain system, and just because you feel like you are the only one that contributes to the system, then you now want to just cut off from the system that you have been a beneficiary of. Now, if you cut off from it, what the person that has been helping you to do before, what the person has done to help you before, the person might now come back to now say that also, you remember when I helped you?
So I want to withdraw my help.
Yeah, so me to let me withdraw my help. Then you now become the one that is detrimental in the that is at the losing end of the situation. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Selfishness is blindfolding.
Yeah,
that's a powerful one. So, all right, another proverb I want us to look at is ológìnní tó lóun ó pàgùntàn gbogbo ilé ni ó jì sílẹ̀. Let me translate this literally. A cat that says it will kill a sheep will wake everyone in the compound. A cat that says it will kill a sheep will wake everyone in the compound. I believe you understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you help us look into this?
All right. So it means that there are ripple effects to every cause. For every cause there is an effect. The effect is also another cause, another effect. So when whatever decision that you're making, you should think about the aftermath before making that decision. You shouldn't just make decisions. Má gbégbé sẹ́ torí pé torí ọjọ́ ìní nìkan. Àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan wà tó yẹ pé téèyàn bá gbé ọmọ èèyàn máa jẹ́nu ẹ̀. Àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan dẹ̀ wà téèyàn bá gbé ìyá ẹ̀ tó máa bá àwọn ọmọ èèyàn.
Àgbà tó rò fọ́ ìkà ọmọ rẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ń bẹ̀.
Yeah. So whatever decision that you're making, whatever thing that you're doing, everything has a cause and everything has a repeat. And most of the time, the cause usually looks seamless. It looks very simple. It looks small. But in the grand scheme of things, you realize that the effect of this thing is not just about you. And most of the time, to stop an effect, you will need a greater energy to stop an effect. That even though it is cost effortlessly. For example, if they are warning somebody that don't commit fornication, don't go and sleep with somebody, don't do this thing. When the person now get pregnant, you don't now know how to.
Pregnancy is even small.
But
to disease.
Yeah, you do understand. Now, what they were saving you from. You see, when the action was happening, it looked seamless. It looked simple.
Yes,
but the aftermath, you now realize that it is not just you that is affecting. Now you can't concentrate even at work. Now you are affecting work.
Yes.
When you are
your health is even
your health is also
now.
so, and because of that, you will now be a burden on people that were not there when you were committing the issue. Yes. Do you understand?
Ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ méjì tó ń dáràn, ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ kan tó ń dáràn, ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ kan tó ń dáràn, ọrùn ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ méjì ló ń dá sí.
So that's the way it is.
All right, thank you very much. I want us to look at this particular proverb. I've been wanting to ask you this. It's in one's own home that one eats a fat grass cutter. Right. It's only in your house that you can eat a fat grass cutter. Right. So I want you to speak on that.
All right. So of course, I think it's a direct proverb. Right. There are certain things that are permissible in your own space because you are the king in your own space. When you are in another person's space, you behave according to the person's space. You behave in the context of the person's space. You don't bring your sentiment or your context into another person's context. For example, there's a proverb that says, "Ibi tó nílé bá fẹnu ọ̀nà sí, ibẹ̀ làlejò ń tọ̀," which means that it is when you get to another person's place, they are the one that determine how you move in that environment. You don't say that this is how I used to move in my own house.
They will move you out.
You're way out already. So of course the context actually comes to even organizational structure, even to life experiences. There are people that, because for example, personally, if people meet me and then they are very extroverted with me and all that, but when they come into my space, I'm quiet. I don't want to talk to you. Yeah. So you don't bring the energy that you have outside into my space. I will send you out. I will send you out of here. Do you understand? So I think that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We still have more. A lot to unpack today. Ojú tí ó bá ní kalẹ̀ ìtaàrọ̀ ṣègbè.
Okay.
The literal meaning of this is that the eyes that will last till night will not show any sign of defect from the morning.
Yeah.
The eyes that will last till night will not show any sign of defect in the morning.
Yeah. The person that will be a good husband will not slap you when you're dating.
This particular place that you just dive into is a very deep conversation.
It is.
It's a very deep conversation. Yeah. So I want you to. So we have people who will say, ó kàn bá mi wí ni. Ẹni tá a bá fẹ́ràn là á bá wí.
Okay, ìgbà tí wọ́n ní bá wọn mi tiẹ̀.
Correct mi ni.
Ìgbà tí wọ́n ní correct ẹ̀. By the time, so ìgbà tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé táwọn èèyàn wá ti wá dín pé wọ́n wá wọ inú ẹ̀ tán tó wá dín nǹkan tó ń dojoojúmọ́. Àwọn èèyàn tó ti wọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n á máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pẹ̀pẹ̀ jọ ẹ wá ṣàánú mi. Ìkan tó tún máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nírú táìmù yẹn ni pé táwọn èèyàn bá tún wá advice onítọ̀hún. Ẹ má take advice ẹ má advice irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò torí wọ́n á tún padà.
Wow. So if you advise, okay.
If your definition of love is disrupted, there is no way you will see it in the right lenses, except that God helps you. Except that God helps you, or it brings you into the council, and you are humble enough to learn. If not, it go hard. It go hard.
Last proverb on this segment.
Yeah.
There's a proverb. It may be funny.
Okay.
Ẹni tó ń yẹn pàfà fọ́jú kó máa súfè. Ẹni tó ń yẹn pàfà fọ́jú ó gbọ́dọ̀ máa súfè.
All right.
The literal meaning is one who is frying groundnut for a blind man must whistle often.
Yeah. So that means that accountability is needed when the other party doesn't know what's good. Accountability is a benchmark in many cases. For example, if you are doing something for somebody that trusts you enough, even though they trust you enough and they are not looking at you, and it is still needed for you to be accountable to them. This is what is going on. This is where we are. For example, in this context, I know that there are people that are outside the country that send money home, that tell them that, oh, please, I want you to help me build this place. What shows that you are accountable is that you do break down every time as regards the project, you give updates, you tell them what is going on. But certain people, what they do is that they go and snap a building. They go and snap an uncompleted building and be sending the picture to the
somebody else's house.
And that is fraud.
Fraud goes very low.
So whoever is doing something for somebody that trusts you enough to say that, undo this project for me, and I'm not going to look at what is going on. Even though they say that you should do everything the way you want it, they are accountable to the system. What it keeps you trusted and it keeps you positioned for a better project.
Wow. Thank you very much. Accountability is very, very important in whatever you're doing.
In fact, in any relationship, accountability is valuable.
All right, thank you very much. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni SEWEDO WUSA, adúpẹ́ gan gidi. Lórí abala bẹ̀yẹn, ká fi gígùn lápá bẹ̀yẹn náà. Ìyẹn kan Ọlọ́run púpọ̀. We are diving to another segment of AGBÓYÉ.
Okay.
And that is the conversation. As a matter of fact, I've been looking forward to having you on this show. And as God will have it, we have you. So you are a creative, a film producer, long time camera assistant. I'm trying to think of what you have not done on
I've done everything around
on-
filming.
Makeup, directing,
Everything
writing,
around
acting,
filmmaking.
lighting, anything. So you are a creative. That's what I can just call you.
Yeah.
You are, among many other things, you are a creative.
Yeah.
And a businessman. I must say that.
A very big one.
All right. So as a matter of fact, okay, this question is regarding creative and creativity. What is happening in the creative industry right now that worries you? Let me narrow it down to movie production, movies, and music.
Okay, so I think there are many things.
All right.
This is a very deep question, and I feel like it is what it is what keeps me awake. It is what I dream of, what I sleep and think about. I wish I know that I'll be able to help, but I'll just help one creative at a time. All right. The first thing that I think is worrisome about the creative industry generally. I don't just want to talk about film now. If I'm talking about film,
All right.
generally is ownership.
Hmm.
Ownership in the sense that because creatives find what they do, it comes free. It comes easy. It affects how they think about it about the intellectual property aspect of it. So most creative, you will be surprised that the biggest songs that we have in Africa are not owned by the artists.
I don't have some.
Yeah.
So who owns it?
The bigger labels? They own the master record.
So
So these are conversations, right? So you will realize that your big three are signed to Sony, signed to Warner Music, signed to Universal Music. Those are the people that own their songs.
So they own the rights to
They own the rights. Yeah, so ownership. And the reason for that is because most of them, they have suffered so much to get to that level. When they get to that level, the only thing that they think about is compensation for the suffering. Nobody is thinking about what is the future of the industry. So the people that are thinking about it don't have the resources that these people have. So ownership is a big deal when it comes to the creative industry in general. And it is easy for a creative to say that I am letting this go because you feel like another one will come. For example, an artist will feel like another song is going to come. I'm going to have another big song. A filmmaker will say that I'm going to get another scriptwriter. I'm going to get another big blockbuster. A content creator will say that I'm going to get another content. It's going to be out. So people are not thinking about owning. They're not thinking about ownership. If you bring many creatives together, they only have lawyer friends. They don't have lawyer.
No. Awesome. I would like you to repeat that, please.
Okay.
If you bring many creatives
Together, most of them, they have lawyer friends. They don't have lawyer. In fact, there are some that don't have lawyer. They don't have lawyer friends.
that one is even worse.
Yeah. So if you are thinking about the scope of creativity, you will know that it is bigger than the fact that you are just doing it by flow. Every industry has creatives. Every industry, medicine has creatives, engineering has creatives, because creatives are the ones that actually channel a new course in any industry. Why? Nobody thinks about breaking a rule in any industry except a creative.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying now?
Yes.
So ownership is one. Number two, finances. I'm telling you for free, except the top people in the industry, creatives are broke. Forget about the fact that people. So it is also worrisome that they think about getting numbers, getting views, getting likes, getting the followers, but nobody is thinking about the fact that with these followers you have money.
The business part of
it. Nobody is thinking about finances. Right. Even when they think about it, so it is easy for creatives to also think that, oh, because this thing came freely, I can give it freely. And nobody is going to come and say that this is the value for it. You don't even have value for it because it came freely.
All right.
The people that know that even think that they have value for it, they are not even charging as much as they should. Why? Because the way you present it, okay, when it comes to, I was discussing with a friend of mine, and he said something. He said that the issue that creatives have is that when they want to talk in rooms where finances are being discussed, they want to talk. They are not the ones to talk. They should find somebody that understands that business to talk.
Wow. About ownership, I have something very, very. I have this.
I still have many more things to say about it.
I understand,
but that's fine.
So about ownership,
Yeah.
There was a time in this country, in Nigeria. I understand people are watching us from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
But there's a particular set of guys. Just want to quote it. There's a particular set of guys. As at that time, writing together, I can see the early 2000s, the groups. In fact, their names are similar. You understand?
Okay.
Let's say Vikoyet, Samoyet. You understand that kind of thing? And I believe you get what I'm saying now. Now, one of them just blew up around 2004, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to be too specific. You know the year already.
Okay. No, there were many groups that blew up.
Yes. So, as at that time, the song, and from that time till now, we even refer to the guy as a legend now.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
There were about 3.
Yeah.
The other one sang song over time and saying that
about 3.
There are 3. All right. The other one was saying that he stole my song. He stole my song. He stole my song up to for many years, even up to early 2010. Was to like it got to a point people are saying, okay, he stole your song. Did he steal your talent too?
Good.
Now,
why can't you produce another one?
Yeah. So now my point is that let's assume that how do we now? My question now is that when we have group of singers, group of creatives doing things together, and one of them pick it up and it blew up, maybe you refine the thing or that kind of thing, you can not really define the real owner sometimes.
Are you talking about music?
Yes, I'm talking about music.
All right.
So how do we handle that kind of thing? How do we settle that kind of dispute that it will not last for too long?
Actually, if it is not greed, all right, because there is a part of creative that is greedy, especially when they get money.
All right.
So if it's not greed, right, creatives should know. Or if you have a song, there are different parts that you can make money from the song. If it is another person that wrote the song, another person owns the melody. So there is the person that wrote the song. There's a person that owns the melody.
Mm-hmm.
So the producer and the songwriter owns the melody and the songwriting. The person that sang the song recording owns the master recording. If it's the person that paid for the studio session, if the person is signed under a record label, then the record label owns the sound recording. All right. So that sound recording is where you generate streaming money from. So once the streaming money comes in, it depends on your agreement with maybe the songwriter and the producer. That is when you can say that, okay, maybe, and most of the time, the percentage is always little compared to the person that sang the song. But the person that wrote the song and the producer are the people that sit down to take from publishing. So that publishing, the person that sang the song doesn't have a right to the publishing.
Okay.
It's only the producer that produced the song and the person that wrote the song. So in that case, what should have happened is that this person should have gone for the publishing, not the sound recording.
Okay.
So the fight is necessarily not necessary.
No.
In the sense that you should go for, that, okay, you wrote the song, everybody knows. Even the person that sang the song, I acknowledge that you were the writer. Go and see, this is the amount that I'm giving you for the publishing. Take it. All right. Then it becomes very difficult. And that's why I said that a lawyer should have been in the situation from start. If it is at the time that the song is now blown and all that, because the creative industry is a jungle. All right. There are still people that if they want to use their power on you, they will, regardless of the fact that you know the law. Yeah. So that particular matter, I don't think that it should have elongated that long for it. But what should have happened is that they should have settled it from publishing aspect. And this person, if you know that you have made enough from this thing, you can give 10% to this person and let everything be settled, or 20%. I mean, let them fair. But that person too was also under a record label, so it must have been difficult for the person to make some certain decisions.
Yes.
So it became very complicated as well.
Wow, thank you very much. I have another question.
Yeah.
Do you think virality is replacing the real value? Do you think virality is replacing the real value?
That is a two-step question in a
Okay.
way. You know why? The reason is that studying things, you realize that people are on social media for escapism.
Okay.
These days, people listen to music for escapism, they watch movies for escapism, they see content for escapism. But most of the time, you will realize that contents that are educational don't have as much views or don't go as much viral as contents that do not make a lot of sense. Why? Because there is the crowd engineering. There is a way the crowd thinks. When it is only what makes them escape from
the
the
reality.
reality that they will cleave to. So it is looking like virality is actually
Replacing the real value.
replacing what is valuable. And it's only people that can shut their eyes off virality and create things that is valuable that will see things that will be able to build things that will last. Because at the end of the day, I figure that creatives don't think about retirement. And that is why you will see people that have grown old as creative. While we're growing up, we didn't name them creatives, but they were creatives. But right now, they are the ones that you are saying this person is begging, this person is saying that they're not giving money at this time, this person. But people are not thinking about when I'm 60 and 70 and I can't do this, what is going to be feeding me? What am I building now that will last even to the next generation? That my children will not need to come and look for a job because of what?
Now, as you said, people are not thinking of building things that will last. That will bring me to our final question.
All right.
What separates those who will last from those what separates those who will last from those who just want to trend?
All right. So people that want to trend don't think about structure. Anybody that you have seen that have lasted for the last 20 years in the film industry, in the music industry, had structure. If you don't build structure and system for what you have now as a creative, you will not be able to even last in the industry. And that is why most artists, there are many artists that you will see that they release a song and they blow. They can't release another one that will blow
like that.
Check the people that blew in the last 5 years. They are nowhere to be found now. Check the people that when they blew, they had a structure that is maintained around them. They are still around. There is a young guy that came into the industry at 19. He is still on top of the game till now. He's 26. Structure. Anybody that does not have structure does not have a future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody that does not have a structure
does not have a future, especially as a creative. Yeah.
So we should build structure.
You have to build structure. You have to, if what you want to, the Bible says, is it okay to quote the Bible?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. The Bible says that true wisdom is the house built, but understanding it is established. So, and when Jesus was even giving an example of the person that built, he was talking about building. Building, if you are futuristic, you'll be thinking about building. If you are not futuristic, you'll be thinking about now. Most people that blew in the last 10 years, they are nowhere to be found now. Most of them are on podcast cry. So if you don't want to cry in the next 10, 20 years, build structure that will outlast you. So that you will not be saying that they did not pay me for the song I did for them that year. They did not pay me for the movie I did for them in 20 years. They said, Baba, what are you doing now? What did you do during that period?
Why you are going viral?
So the thing is, most people, so people don't prepare for virality. See, visibility is very important in anything that one is doing. As a creative, what you are praying for is that you become visible. Because once you become visible, you get into the eyes of the people that are going to invest in you, that are going to help you and all that. But what do you have on ground that they can say that this thing is worthwhile? What are you building? So people are not even thinking about building. They just, all they want to do is that they just want to trend. They just want to trend. And once you trend, there's hardly a trend that lasts for 1 month. Not even make sense.
I'll go and say WUSA. Ẹ ṣé gan lórí ètò.
So,
We've heard a lot today.
so
There is no trend that lasts for 1 month.
there's no, there,
You hardly see.
you hardly see a trend that lasts for 1 month. You hardly. There's always something that will come up and then
Yes.
they just replace it, and everything is.
People have short memory for some things.
Especially these days, the memory is shorter and
Attention
shorter
span.
and shorter and shorter. It's only people that are built that can scale. It's only people that are built that can scale. So I just really want the creative industry to go.
Wow. It's been a wonderful time with you on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a wonderful time with you on the show. We really appreciate you. Myself and the AGBÓYÉ team, we really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Wọ́n ní mọ̀ọ́gẹ́ pé ń pèjú báyìí làálàá fìlà. Ó bá ti kọjá pé ń pèjú àdì bàbá sí òsì nǹkan. At this junction, we'll draw the curtain of the show. AGBÓYÉ, please, if you are yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button. It's free. At the point, I even thought subscription on YouTube, they charge money.
It's free.
So please click the subscribe button. Let's hear from you. Comments. Let's engage this video. And I want to use this moment to appreciate everyone who has been reposting, resharing, liking AGBÓYÉ. Thank you very much. So if you are yet to join this community of people, subscribe, like, drop a comment, and that will really, really help us to know that you're really following us. Thank you very much. My name is Vikoyet. AGBÓYÉ re, o sorire.